Hydrogen bond. This is a special type of intermolecular force which can be present either between the molecules or within the molecule, but this will have an effect directly or indirectly onto the physical state of the species and reactivity of the species as well. What is a hydrogen bond? It is a special case of dipole-dipole forces. So it comes under the category of dipole-dipole, but they are stronger than dipole-dipole forces. So one point you have to understand, they are the special category which are stronger than dipole-dipole forces but belongs to dipole-dipole forces. And what is the difference with respect to dipole-dipole? This is found in the compounds where hydrogen is bonded to high electronegative atoms like fluorine, oxygen, and nitrogen. So these are the three atoms it has to be. And how can you assume this way? I can say a simple way. There should be a hydrogen present in a polar molecule. It should be attached to some species over here in a polar molecule. It should be attached to a species with a difference in electronegativity which makes the molecule polar, whereas here the elements which are present should be most electronegative elements. They should be most electronegative elements like fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen. By a covalent bond, it should be attached by a covalent bond. If there is a hydrogen atom attached with the most electronegative atom by a covalent bond, partially a positive charge will be developed on it and a negative charge develops on the electronegative atoms. And if there is another species where you have another polar molecule, if you have another polar molecule having the same electronegative atoms attached to any other atom, I am not concerned about which is attached to which atom over here, but if this is a polar molecule which is having a delta negative charge on the electronegative atom, if this type of molecule is coming closer to hydrogen containing polar molecule attached to the most electronegative atoms like fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen, there develops a strong electrostatic force of attraction between the two molecules, which we call this type of intermolecular force existing is called hydrogen bond. So this type of bond is called hydrogen bond, which is most common. The condition for it, there should be a hydrogen between two electronegative atoms. Logic is like this: a hydrogen atom should lie center to two different atoms, where one side it should be attached to the most electronegative atom through a covalent bond. In another side, it should be attached to the most electronegative atom through an attractive force. But remember, covalent bond is a smaller separation. It is the most closest approached bond. So covalent bond is a stronger bond, whereas the intermolecular force is relatively weaker. So they are separated by a far distance. So the distance of separation here is less when compared to the distance of separation here, but the condition is a hydrogen atom is compulsorily attached to the most electronegative atom and in turn should be in attachment with hydrogen bonding to the most electronegative atom, and those electronegative atoms are fluorine, oxygen, and nitrogen. So what does it do? The hydrogen bond can affect directly the melting point, can affect directly the boiling point, can affect the stability of the molecules as well. So these are the points where you can say hydrogen bond can directly affect the reactivity of the species, also the physical states of the species.